Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well this morning. So today we're going to look at the law of sines. We're starting this new unit. We're going to end up learning how to apply the law of sines to find missing parts of a triangle, okay? And it actually works with a triangle. Right now we're not focused about a 90-degree triangle. It's any type of triangle, okay? And so we're able to see that in any triangle, ABC, XYZ, doesn't matter. You basically set it up as ratios and proportions. So if I have my angle A, what's opposite is the side length of A, okay? So if you're able to see here in our drawing, we see angle A. I'm just going to color it in yellow. This is my angle A, this A, and then is related to side A over here, okay? Angle B, which is the vertex of angle B, is then related to this side over here, okay? And then the third one, angle C, is directly opposite. So here's my angle C, and it's directly opposite, okay? So we end up setting whatever the length of A is related to sine of angle A. B, sine of B, length of C related to sine of angle C. And so all the big letters represent the angles, okay? And all the smaller letters represent the lengths. So let me put that on the top. So these right here are the length. Okay? The bottom, these are the angles. Or you could, if you want to, do the angles over the length, okay? So we're going to see an example together. So like that, you understand what this is, okay? So right here, I have my triangle ABC. I have that angle A measures 64 degrees. So we're able to see that right here, here's angle A, 64 degrees, okay? Angle B, we don't know what it is. That is missing, okay? I don't know what B is. That is a question mark. So I usually like to label it theta, okay? And I don't know the length of B. I know angle C. Angle C is 82 degrees, as we see here. And angle C, we know the length of C is 14 centimeters. So if I want to end up finding the missing measurements, first thing, we could right away find angle B, because we know that in any type of triangle, the sum of the angles is equal to 180 degrees in terms of a triangle, okay? Sum of angles equals 180 degrees, okay? So then if I know that I have angle A measure 64 degrees plus measure angle C is 82 degrees, I don't know the big B, the angle measurement, but I know that is a total of 180 degrees. Okay? And so we end up with 64 plus 82, that's 146 degrees. How do I solve for B? Subtract 146 from each side. And we have that angle big B is equal to 34 degrees. Okay? So we got that right now. Okay? I'm just going to move this next example that we will do. Just move it right now. Okay? So if we continue, now we know what angle B is. Now we could find the length of B and the length of A. Okay? So we're going to use that sine of, that C is 14. So here we're going to set up another proportion. So I have 14 over sine of C, which is sine of 82 degrees, equals, I don't know my length of A, so I'm just going to put A, my variable, and then it's over the sine of 64 degrees. Make sure your degree measurement, your calculators, whether it's decimals or you're using a calculator, is in degree mode. It is not in radians. And so how do I solve for A? Well, you just cross multiply, right? We cross multiply 14 times sine of 64 equals A times sine of 82. Okay? And if we continue with that, how do we solve for A? Divide by sine of 82. Okay? And I end up just putting this into a calculator. I'm also going to show you if you end up wanting to use Desmos. You can go to Desmos. There's a button over here on the side with the settings, and you could automatically set the settings to degrees because we're dealing with the degrees. Okay, so going back to my problem, we had 14 sine of 64. 14 times sine of 64. All of that divided by sine of 82 degrees. And so if you notice, you are going to round your answer. So I'm going to come back over here. A is equal, or approximately, I want to round to an answer 12 and 7 cents. Okay. Same thing as I just found A, we're going to use the same method to solve for B. I'm sorry. This is not working with me. So we know that, again, I'm going to use C, and I'm now going to use B, which I found B is 34 degrees. Okay. So similar, because I have C, I have the angle C and the length of C. We're now going to end up using 14 sine of 82 is equal to whatever B is, which I don't know, the sine of my angle, which is 34 degrees. Okay, and then we cross multiply. So if I cross multiply, I have 14 times sine of 34 equals B times sine of 82. And again, what do? Divide by sine of 82. Okay. So if you want to write out what the equation for B is going to equal 14 times sine of 34 divided by sine of 82. And so what is B equal to? Go back to decimals. 14 sine. I could use the previous one, sine of 34 divided by sine of 82. Yep. And automatically I get 7 and 9 tenths. Okay, because if I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, that would be 7 and 9 tenths. So we have solved for all three of them. And that's exactly what you're going to do with your homework. You could, in this example right here, I'm going to show you how to just do one of the measurements, and then you could do the other one. If you notice, I have angle A, I have big B, angle B. Okay, so what is missing? 40 plus 30 plus, I don't have what big C is, but I know that the sum must equal 180. 40 and 30 is 70. Again, I subtract 70, so C is equal to 110 degrees. Okay, so now I'm able to find little a and little c. This is big C. So how do I set up to find A? I'm going to use, because I have both big B and little b, so I'm going to use that first. Sine of 30 degrees over 10 is equal to sine of 40 degrees over A. Again, we continue to use cross multiplication. So I have A times sine of 30 is equal to 10 sine of 40 degrees. Because we want to solve for A, we're going to divide by sine of 30. And so now I have that A is equal to 10 sine of 40 degrees divided by sine of 30. So what is A? Go back to decimals. 10 sine of 40 divided by sine of 30. So A is approximately 12 and 9. And same thing that we just found A, now we could be able to go back and solve for C using the same method, okay? So I hope you guys are able to try. There's 3 problems. Any questions you might have, just feel free to email me. Take care.